If the clouds are full of rain, they empty themselves upon the earth. A tree falls the south of the north, and the place where the tree falls, there lies. He who observes the wind won't sow. And Solomon pointed to this, that you got to be careful. Some of us wait until, if you're waiting for the right time to do stuff, it ain't never going to come. I've been thinking about talking about thinking about doing about thinking, and I've been waiting on everything to be right, for the clouds to be still and for the trees to stop falling. And Solomon emphasized the idea that if you're a farmer, he's merchant with the first two verses. These verses were the idea of a farmer. His point being the idea, a farmer knows better. He can't wait until the wind calms down and stops blowing to start planting seed. When it's time to plant seed, plant your seed. When it's time to do something, then just apply yourself to it. He emphasized the idea, if you're waiting on the right time for I need all the stars to align. I'm waiting for God to send me aside. Lord, when you going to send me aside? He emphasized the idea, there's a child of God. You ought to stop spending your energy and your time. You don't know what's ahead, but if you spend your time waiting for things to get better, for times to line up, you're going to spend your time waiting on life to pass you by. I've known folk who say, I want to become a Christian and I want to make a decision for the Lord. Matter of fact, God bless her soul, Sister Hawkins. We pray for her family. But I talked to Brother Bateman on yesterday. Steve told me that when I got to the office, I've been off several days. I got to the office on yesterday. I checked my messages. She left me a message early in the week. I didn't know that. I say my father, about 2 days ago, today's Friday or Thursday, she left a message. My father's in the hospital, at the VA hospital, and I want somebody to come by and talk to him. And I didn't get the message until yesterday. She called Brother Bateman, and Steve got the call from her. She said, my father's in the hospital. He's not a Christian. I need somebody to come and minister to him and talk to him. And they talked. He said, well, okay, I'll be by. She said, well, no, she said, wait till Monday, because on Monday, I got some more family coming in. We can do it on Monday. And so Steve said, I thought about that, and I thought about it, and you feel God guided me. I called her back, said, I'm going to try to come this evening. And before he could call, her father died. Some of you right now are waiting for the right moment to become a Christian. Well, you know, it's just I got some things I need to work out first. I got some stuff in my life I got to get worked through. I got some battles I got to overcome. I got some challenges that, you know, it's New Year's Eve and ain't no party like a New Year party. So I can't do it right now. I got to wait till after the first. After all, I'm going to party like it's 2014. I'm going to be ready for the new world to come in and not understanding that you're not guaranteed one more second of life. This is your moment. Amen. Why would you put off something you have no control over? All you have is now. Hebrew writer says it twice in chapter 3 and chapter 4. He says, while it is called today, harden not your heart. When you know what God says, say yes today. There are no guarantees. You're not going to be promised no tomorrow. You have right now, and that's all you have. Just this year alone, we lost folk this year. We could not have foreseen. I pray we all make it to Tuesday. But there ain't no guarantee. But all you got is now. That's why I emphasize the idea that the child of God realizes that you got to get your back off the world. Whoa, you don't know what's ahead. You can't anticipate what's going to happen there. Stop allowing nothing to stop you from doing what you already know you need to do. For most of us, you already know more to do than you're doing. Well, I'm waiting on God to give you some more insight. Baby, you got all the insight you need right now. You ain't on God to give you some more. You ain't handle what you got. Get your back off the wall and move. God has brought you this far for a reason. The child of God will structure their life. As you look at 2014, I want you to live freely, adventurously. Give the best you have for the purpose of understanding God will somehow, He'll return back to you what's rightfully yours. You ain't got to fight this stuff. It's amazing sometimes how we put all this energy and all this time into fighting to make stuff happen a certain kind of way.
Right.
You ain't got no control. It's bad English, but it makes great sense. All you have is God. You can cast your bread on the waters. Stop holding and hoarding. Let stuff go. Don't be going in 2014 dragging the same old dead stuff across the line. Let some stuff go. Throw your bread, Lord. I'm letting go, Lord. It's all, Lord, if you bring it back right. You ever watch stuff on the waves of the ocean? The waves take it out. Bring it back in. About a week ago, the waves took out Brother and Sister Warren. Amen. Took them all the way to the sunshine. They went to, we was out to Puerto Rico or Mexico. He's a little darker today. He looks more like Mexican today than he did. But when you watch the water, the waves go out and they come back in. Cast up on the water, which means leave it in God's hands. You ain't gonna fix stuff. It's always amazing to me how powerless we actually are. Yep. And how powerful we try to act. Have no control. No control. Tell us about it. Cast your bread on the waters. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Tell them about get your back off the wall. To learn to trust and not doubt. Verse 5 and 6. He closes with these words. You don't know. See that? And later in the same verse he says, you don't know. What you saw in Solomon? Solomon said, you can't see the bigger picture of anything. You don't know. You don't know the value of what happens in your life. You can't see. God works providentially. God works with His sovereignty. He works in advance of what you can't even see. He works in advance what you can't comprehend. I don't know why that happened, but Lord knows it don't make a bit of sense to me. Why do I have to go through that? You don't know. All right. But God does. He's working on something that you cannot see. As a child of the King, you got to realize it's not my job to understand what God is doing. It's not my job to make things come together. It's my job to realize my call from God is to trust and do my part and let God do the rest. My job is to do. God's job is results. You can't make it come together right. It's not in your hands. And the biggest challenge that we have inside of our lives is coming to mindset that there's a lot of stuff you don't understand. A lot of things you can't see. That doesn't mean you got to wait to understand it before you act. At every stage of your life, any decision has a layer of faith connected with it. Yes, sir. You go to school for college. Bless our wonderful college students with faith that maybe if I get a good degree and make good grades, I'll find a great job. That's faith, baby. Ain't no guarantee. But if you wait till the job is waiting for you before you go to school, you ain't going to have no job. Act on what you know. God calls us to a lifestyle that declares that we can't see the bigger picture. But those who want certainty, people who wait to make sure I ain't doing nothing till I get all of it clear in my own mind, then baby, you ain't never doing anything. You are never going to be able to see how everything in life fits together. That's why it's called. He said, you don't understand how a baby grows necessarily. And so you don't comprehend fully how bones grow. That God allows stuff to happen, but you don't wait till you figure that out before you have a child. Well, I'm not going to have any kids till I fully understand the biological process. I want to make sure I understand fully what happens when pregnancy begins and what the body components are. I want to remember when I understand the dynamics of all that happens with that. No, you don't function that way. I want a driver's license. Well, I ain't get no driver's license till I understand the components of a vehicle. What makes this thing run? How does gas work inside of this? I don't understand. Explain to me how spark plugs fire and how that moves the pistons back and forth. Explain. I'm not driving a car until I fully comprehend cars and driving. Matter of fact, some of y'all start driving without no license. Maybe you got to learn how to. All I need is a wheel. There are a lot of things you don't understand. But that does not mean you got to wait until you get everything before you move. You got to begin to realize that God's in control, and you don't hold your hand and let the results of success pass you by, because you don't sit and wait in life. Because one thing for sure, everyone that's up in here is getting older. You ain't getting no younger. And if you're waiting to get everything figured out, you're not doing anything. The devil's biggest trick is to tell you just to wait. Just wait. Since here's the key. The child of God understands that success and failure is based on God. I believe that if a hurricane comes and wipes out everything, or if a tornado comes and rips out the whole city off, or if a snowstorm comes and freezes everything over, and people I love lose their lives, if everything financially shut down and I can't buy a loaf of bread, I believe that if every blessing that God can give I've received, I believe that if every healthy opportunity God lays out to me I can get them. I believe as a child of God that whether everything great happens or everything bad happens, it's all in the hands of the Lord. I thank God for the good. I thank God for the bad. I thank God. And when you come to the place, you can understand that it does not matter where things go. It does not matter if things go well. It does not matter if things go badly. It does not matter if I got a pain. It does not matter if everybody loves me, everybody hates me. It don't matter as long as I know my hands are the hands of a God that knows what he's doing. It don't matter what happens. And when you understand that, you don't sit on the sideline and wait for something to come together. You say, if God wants me to do it, I'm going to do it. I don't care if you like it. I don't care if you like me. I don't care if you don't. It ain't about you. It's about the Lord I serve. He is in control. And if you know God's in control, you stop worrying about stuff. Doctor said, don't look too good. Praise the Lord. I never forget my mother. I told my mother last year, I think it was, I talked to her, and my mom said, well, doctor contacted me and he said, Miss Hubbard, you ought to come in for you come on the side and get checked out for physical. My mother said, I told him, I said, no, I'm fine, I'm fine. I said, Miss Hubbard, there may be something wrong, and you ought to come and get it checked out and make sure it's wrong. She said, is something wrong? And I don't know about it. I'm fine. Let it catch me. I'm not going to spend my time at my age chasing stuff down there. Don't you take that and say, Brother Hubbard said don't go to the doctor. I didn't tell you that. Get checked out.